here today at the Prairie Research Kitchen where we're looking at trials that were conducted to replace eggs in an array of different bakery applications. Today we're going to be demonstrating sponge cakes.
So for the control sponge cake, you would whip up the eggs to develop the height, and then the eggs would also stabilize the height, and then you would fold it into flour just to hold the height inside the cake. So the functionality of pea protein would be similar to the egg, would be the foaming of the pea protein. It does develop a lot of foam, but just the stability of the foam where it just deflates over time. Some of the differences was the egg batter was very fluid and very viscous, that it was very pourable. While adding pea protein and then even adding the hydrocolloid, it did create a very thick batter which wasn't even pourable. It would need to be spread into like our molds. So for the sponge cake control, that cake was very yellow just from the addition of the eggs, and it was very like tall. And then comparing it to the pea protein or like even the pea protein hydrocolloid, those ones are very like sticky on the exterior. It wasn't as airy. The height was, I would say, half the size of the normal sponge cake. And it was very gray looking compared to the yellow sponge cake. I wouldn't say it was successful in being called a sponge cake. I feel like comparing it to a pound cake would be a more suitable like comparison, as they're both dense, they're both have that same height. So for the texture of the control sponge cake, it was very airy and like very eggy, while when you're trying any of the other treatments, it was very dense or very gummy and like very sticky to your mouth. When you're smelling the control egg sponge cake, it was very eggy smelling and sweet smelling, while the pea protein or the other treatments were just very vegetal smelling. Some of the recommendations I would make just to improve like the pea protein smell and taste would just be adding in more inclusions to it. So like adding flavors or like adding a coating, so like icing the cake, just having more strong flavors just to like mask or like cover up that veggie smell and flavor.